Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about Stranger Things. Ooh. Now I'm just getting over COVID, so my voice is a little bit scratchy, so please forgive me. That was a hell of a week. I think I've waited 3 years to get my dose of COVID, and it slapped me hard. So anyway, it's good to be back up and about. So yeah, Stranger Things. Now what can we say? It's a phenomenal show. It's taken over the world, and to be honest with you, I was on board with it from the start. Some people were, some people weren't. I stuck with it all the way through, and it was obviously well worth it because the last 2 episodes that came out on my birthday, July 1st, which even though I was in my sickbed, I managed to sit up and kind of get my way through it. And for 2 or 3 hours it really made my birthday. And also thank you for my birthday wishes and greetings and cards and messages on Facebook and stuff. Really appreciative of all of your kind words and everything. So thank you for that. But yes, I mean, I actually discovered it, series 1, when I was actually in a bit of a low point, and I thought, what's all this fuss about? I may as well watch it and see what's going on. It's sci-fi, it's fantasy, it's ticking all the boxes for Rob. And when I started to watch it, I realised it was coming from all those amazing 80s movies, like The Goonies, from Purple Rain to Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars, Gremlins, Goonies, you know, all that stuff. Then you can start to see where the Duffer Brothers, who wrote the series, and they managed to write something that people of my age group could really, you know, get behind, but also younger people could get it too, who weren't necessarily coming through the 80s. And the music is amazing, and I've decided to write some stuff down, because when I do these things, I always think I'll remember stuff, and I never do. So the music was actually done on proper, good old school analog synths, by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. I actually wrote it down, you see. And there's a brilliant clip on YouTube about them and their studio and how they wrote the music and so on and so forth, which is really fascinating. And on the sideline, when I bought the soundtrack on CD, I used to play it in the car going to drum lessons and gigs and stuff. It really inspired me to get back into writing and going home and getting back onto GarageBand. And there's a clip further back in my YouTube channel history where I'm talking probably about 2 months ago, talking about my solo album, and I actually forgot to mention this as an inspiration because it really made me get back into digging through those analog synths that were in GarageBand and start to compose and complete some of the ideas that were sketches. So I must, you know, thank the series not just for hours and hours of viewing pleasure, but also the music, and also kickstarting me into making my music again. And also there's another thread going through this. Obviously there's the Kate Bush thread, which is brilliant. I've always been a Kate fan, and you know, I'm not one of those haters that are hitting on people that are just discovering her now. I think if you discover any artist at any time through whatever, you know, vein, I think it's brilliant. So well done you guys for discovering Kate Bush and enjoying her now, because why not? But also, it dawned on me the other day, I had a good friend came over, a guitarist, songwriter, and all-round good egg, Chris Doherty, came over and sat on that very chair over there. And we were discussing just general stuff. And he was asking about my early days because I'm an old fart, with the band called Modern English. And I'd forgotten that actually Modern English had a song in Stranger Things in episode 1, because I was on YouTube searching through a clip of me playing with the band on American TV from back in 1996, and I'll probably do a little talky bit to camera about Modern English at some point like this. Anyway, I found that clip and I played it to him, and we were giggling about my tartan trousers and my sort of Beatles stroke Oasis haircut at the time. And my little round glasses and so on. Very Revolver. I was trying to, you know, mix punk with Revolver, the Beatles album image at that time, you know. And it kind of worked, maybe. Anyway, on the thread of Modern English on YouTube, the clip of them, when was it? I think it's in episode 1 or 2, where the kids are around the pool in Stranger Things having a party at night, and they're playing the I Melt With You, which is the Modern English track, which was their huge hit. And I remember it at the time, watching it, thinking, hey, and I never really thought any more of it. And then Chris was like, hey, check that out. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. Now, I know I never played on that original version, but I played it enough times with the band that I think it's, through osmosis, part of my life now. And things went on, and then Peter Gabriel was doing Heroes, his version of Heroes. And again, I'm not on that track, but I've worked with Peter, and it was like, oh my goodness, you know. There's 2 artists that I've worked with that have been involved with Stranger Things on the soundtrack, you know. And then I was watching, obviously, last week on my birthday, the very, very last episode, and it finishes, and I won't give anything away, but it's like, oh my goodness, it's very ominous for season 5. This is going to be mega. And the screen goes black, and then all of a sudden they kick in with Spellbound by Susie and the Banshees. And obviously I've worked with Susie in the past, you know, for about 10 years. So it was kind of bizarre, and also lovely that 3 artists that I've worked with, and of course I've played Spellbound billions and trillions of times, and what a great chart, you know, and tune that is. And it dawned on me that something that is in the zeitgeist at the moment, you know, and is hitting all the numbers, you know, and making everyone, you know, turning everybody on, like Stranger Things is the thing to be into. And to be involved in it in some way like that is amazing, you know. So for some people it might be, you know, oh, well, that's not really a link to the show. But for me it is, because I've worked with those 3 artists and they've become part of that soundtrack, and these songs are on playlists around the world for people when they've got, oh, a Stranger Things playlist. And the other thing is, what made me think of it more than anything else was people were messaging me about it, saying, hey, have you seen the ending yet? You know, oh, by the way, I hope you're okay with the COVID, by the way. But also, have you seen the ending of the very last episode? You know, it's Susie. Woo. And that's really cool, you know. And as I say, I haven't played that song for years with that band. But just to be, you know, involved in some way like that is incredible, that people are writing to me about it. That's the thing. Same with Melt With You. I had a few people message way back in the day going, hey, did you know that Melt With You is in this new show, Netflix show, Stranger Things? And I was like, yeah, because I've seen it myself. It's kind of cool. So I just thought it was worth kind of doing a little snippet on this, because obviously it's mega popular, but it's something that I'm really into as well. And to be into something that's really hip at the moment and have, even if for some people they think it's tenuous connections with the show, then I think that's great. And thank you for all of you who keep messaging me saying, hey, so-and-so's in the show, did you know that song's in there? And I'm like, yeah, I did, but thank you for telling me, and it's great, and enjoy it. And this is one of those times that I am just going to enjoy the whole thing, and long may it continue. Who knows what they're going to have in Series 5? You know, I've worked with enough of those sort of 80s artists that maybe some of that stuff will come round again. You know, who's to say that Simple Minds won't be involved in Season 5? I mean, God knows, I don't know, but who can say? But yeah, so let me know what you think of Stranger Things, and if you have ever seen me play any of those songs that I've just mentioned with any of those artists, Susie and Modern English, and what gigs you came to, and if you enjoyed it, and so on and so forth. So I'm looking forward to Season 5. I'm sure you guys are. It's going to be amazing. What a show. Anything that in this day and age can take you out of yourself and transport you away from all the very grim things that are happening in the world, then I think that's good. So thank you, Duffer Brothers. Thank you for all the actors and the crew on that show, and the writers, and also the arrangers who I've mentioned, you know, Carl and Michael. They're just keep doing what you're doing. It's amazing. You're easing most of us through our lives these days, so keep it up. So thanks for watching. As usual, please leave any comments below. It's always good to hear from you. Keep enjoying Stranger Things, keep enjoying music, and I'll see you all soon.